Adrian, where did you go? I don't see Donna around either. Are you with her?
I'm heading to the theater to watch a musical with Mom today. We're also having dinner after the show. There's this new Italian restaurant we want to try in town.
Will it be just the two of you?
Yes. You don't have time to watch a musical, woman. You have to take care of the old fart.
You could have at least said something beforehand.
What difference would that make? You still have to stay behind and watch the old fart.
Will you stop calling him that? It's really rude to call your own father names.
But he is an old fart.
Why are you and your mother so mean to him?
He has always been such a timid, weak man. He is pathetic. He was never dependable like a man should have been for his family. And now the geezer can't do anything without a caretaker. I'm wondering when his time will finally be up.
Adrian, how dare you say anything like that? That is so mean. He didn't choose to be like this. It could happen to you too, you know? If anything is at blame here, it's his illness.
Why do you always defend the guy? Let me guess, you two are now close because you have something in common. That's something being useless.
You think we're useless?
He is a huge burden. And you're not able to give me a child. Wouldn't you agree that a barren wife is simply useless? You've ruined my future plans.
For that, I actually am sorry.
My mom can't believe we've been married for 5 years and you're still not pregnant. She says I must have married the wrong woman. The only thing you can do to help your family now is to take care of the old fart.
I never said that I didn't want to take care of John, nor have I ever considered him to be a burden. He has been nothing but kind to me. I am happy to take care of him if that is what I need to do.
He's saying nice to you because he is a loner. Because he never had anyone on his side. He's probably excited to finally have a friend who's similar to him.
You have no respect for him. He doesn't deserve this kind of treatment. I feel horrible for your father.
Why would you?
All that money you and your mother used to go to musicals and extravagant restaurant, it belongs to John.
Yeah, that's the only thing I like about him. But it's not like he earned or worked hard to get any of it.
Don't start, Adrian.
Why not? You know he just got lucky to be born into a rich family. Besides, he doesn't even know how to use the money right. He used to buy worthless stocks and stupid stuff that doesn't pay. So now, we are using it effectively for him.
Effectively? You only wasted on unnecessary clothes and overrated food. And to note, he may be handicapped, but he is totally clear-headed. Can't you imagine how hurt he must be from being mistreated by you two?
Like I care! The old fart's dying anyway. He probably doesn't care much either. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we're going on vacation to the Caribbean. We'll leave tomorrow.
Oh, to the Caribbeans? That's quite sudden.
I've been planning it for a while. Guess I never told you. We're going on a cruise ship for 2 months.
I see. What about your father?
It'll just be me and my mom going. You should feel lucky to have you while we're gone.
Me? You were leaving us both?
Duh! How could I take someone so slow on vacation with me? And if he's staying behind, his caretaker also has to stay behind too, right?
So I am being left here as well. I am ashamed of myself for getting my hopes up for a second.
You thought you had a chance to join? See, we're not evil, though. We know we can't leave him all alone in this house without a caretaker. I mean, we must avoid getting accused of if something happens to him. So the two of you could enjoy spending more time together in your losers club. Plus, I don't want to travel with my mom. It'll not be fun with the useless people.
What?
I'm talking about you and my father, of course.
So you two are going to spend all that money on yourselves again. How much does a cruise ship cost anyway? It must be a fortune to be on it for 2 months.
Yeah, it was expensive, but hey, we have a lot of money. I haven't traveled much lately, so I've been wanting to do this. I want to show Mom the beautiful beaches.
Like I warned you before, it's not your money, it's your father's. You should take him if you're using what belongs to him.
What is his now will soon be ours. That's none of your business anyway. We will decide the best way to use our family resources. I'll buy you back some souvenirs if I'm feeling nice enough.
You know that John's health hasn't been great lately. How can you leave him and go on vacations freely?
Yeah, I'm sure it's just a cold or something. Like I said before, I really don't care. He can die while we are gone. That's what he decides to do.
I'm sorry, but you and Donna are heartless and very, very selfish.
Never a problem with us.
I only have problems with you two. What did John or I do to deserve this kind of treatment? Do you think he become king or something?
Shut up! You will not talk to me like that ever. You're nothing but a housewife. I could kick you out, you know. How are you gonna live if I kick you out of this house, huh?
John is going to be furious when he finds out how you're wasting his money again. He won't stay quiet forever. You will someday regret that you ever underestimated him.
What could he do with his handicapped body? If he has the nerve to do anything, I'll make him pay. I will beat the crap out of him. I bet it'll be super easy to beat someone on a wheelchair.
You are so nasty, Adrian, really. I am so annoyed at myself for marrying a monster like you.
Yo, you are home, right? We're heading back from the airport now. You need to prepare us some food because we're hungry. The food on the cruise was amazing. But I miss a good old home-cooked meals.
Welcome back. I was beginning to wonder if you guys were ever coming home.
You definitely didn't want to. And you know what? I just realized I didn't buy anything for you two. My bad, totally forgot.
Where are you now?
Oh, we're on the cab. We'll get home in a few minutes. Both of us are starving. Need to make something quick.
You could have let me know earlier.
I want to have nice and warm soup, and maybe some roast chicken. Oh, and mashed potatoes on the side.
The first thing on your mind is what you want to eat for dinner? You don't want to ask how we've been doing after being away for 2 months. Perhaps ask if John is doing well or not?
I don't give a damn about how you two are doing. We're exhausted. I'm telling you to start cooking, now. We'll be home in no time.
You really are a piece of crap. Your dad should have disowned you much sooner.
Watch yourself, woman! You think you own the house now or something, just because we've been gone for 2 months?
No, I'm just telling you the truth.
Hey, what the hell? Where's my house? Why is everything gone?
Welcome home to nothing. You pretty much asked for it. You and Donna are paying for what you have done.
What the hell are you talking about? What is going on?
I warned you that John would be furious.
Just tell me what is going on. My mom can barely stand straight from the shock. Did the old fart do this?
The house was taken down and the land sold away.
Excuse me, what the hell did you do?
It wasn't me. Your dad decided on it and did everything himself. By the way, that's not all. He changed every asset he owns into cash, including his car and stocks.
Why would he do that? What the hell is wrong with him? Has he finally lost his mind?
He did it as soon as you left. He called his real estate agent, his lawyer, his accountant, everyone who could help. You should have seen how fast things can move in a matter of days. I was ready to move out a week after you started your vacation.
What the hell are you now?
I'm back at my parents' for now. Your dad was kind enough to pay for my flight and all.
I never gave any permission to do such things. You can't just decide to take down the house.
Like I said, your father did, not me. Also, we are getting a divorce. I'm sorry to put this on your plate when you have a lot to worry about, but I'm sure you can handle it.
You can't make that decision on your own.
Oh, but I did when you left me here with John. He helped me find a good divorce lawyer, you know? Plus, he offered to pay for the fees too.
That weak-old geezer really did all this to get back at us? He must have gone crazy. I mean, he took his own house down. I can't do this to his own family.
You and your mother pulled his trigger, but he said he wanted to do it for me too. That he was ready to beat you up for how you have treated me, but he can't physically, so he's done his style.
So that's why he's paying for your lawyer on top of everything else? To punish me?
He is ready to testify about how you treated me if it comes down to it. He wants to make sure I win money from you. Oh, and also, he's divorcing your mom. He doesn't want her anymore.
He can't just leave her. She is old. How is she gonna live?
You tried to kick me out before, didn't you? Isn't it the same thing?
I was just threatening you. I was not being serious.
Well, like I said, you brought this upon yourselves. You've crossed way too many lines because John never said anything. But you should have realized that he was just being nice to you too. You have woken up the sleeping giant with your arrogance.
This is all a joke. He should be thankful that we agreed to live with him. Instead of kicking him out, we took care of him when he became handicapped.
He has to be thankful that he got to live in his own house. Honestly, I think it would have been much better for him if he left sooner. At least that way, he could have gotten away from you bullies.
Shut up! You don't understand anything. Clearly it's better for old people to stay home.
The only reason why you didn't send John to an assisted living is because you didn't want to spend money on it. You were too cheap to use money on him. And that's when you realized that you can use me for free to take care of him.
I gave a useless baron a role in the house. You piece of crap! Neither of you will get away with this!
Wow, you still think you're better than us, although you don't even have a place to go home to. How pathetic.
No matter what he does, I have the right to keep my peace as his heir. Now tell me what that old fart is. I will take everything away from him.
He put himself in a high-end assisted living community, and I don't think he has much left.
What?
He paid what is worth 5 years in assisted living up front. It really is expensive, isn't it? He also told me that most of what could be changed to cash is gone.
That can't be.
Well, it's his money. He can use it any way he pleases. You really can't do anything about it.
And what about my share?
Too bad. But I don't think there's any. I mean, there's nothing left to give.
Tell me where he is!
You think I would tell you so you can go beat him? The facility has been alarmed about you anyway. The guards will follow you to his room if you ever go see him.
That son of a bitch!
He's only doing what is necessary to protect himself. By the way, you should really consider your attitude. I don't think you fully understand the situation you are in now.
Good morning, Kathy. I'm sorry I got a little heated yesterday and said rude things to you. Can we please sit down somewhere and discuss things now that I'm calm?
Oh, I don't mind. I'm used to you saying rude things to me. And so is your father.
I admit I have been terrible to my dad. Both me and my mother regret the way we have treated you both. Our sincere apologies.
Wow, what a change. Do you finally understand? Do you get who has the upper hand now?
We do. We have been a bit too selfish about everything.
It's so funny how you were trying to be nice. You were so worried after what you will have left after our divisions, aren't you? Because you realize if you pay me anything, you'll be broke.
My mom and I have lost everything. I'll have to look after her from now on.
Yes, you will. And you will have to do all the working because she can't do anything.
You're right. That is why I must save as much money as possible, so...
So, what is it?
Our division should be 50-50 at most, please.
Nope.
Why?
All this time you spent as much as you wanted however you pleased. Why don't you try to live low-key for once?
Kathy, I don't think you understand. We won't be able to get by. My money will be gone in a matter of months.
But you have a job, and Donna will have her pension money. Surely you'll be able to get by as long as you don't splurge.
No, it won't be enough! How do you expect my mother to suddenly live low-key after all these years?
Are you still dreaming? You people don't have any other choice. No matter how hard Donna cries, she cannot live the way she has before. She needs to understand that things have changed.
But...
And that she is also a significant part of the reason why things have changed. And to be clear, you can't live the same way as before either. You should have gotten a higher paying job when you could, Adrian. Too bad you were never serious about your career, because you were too dependent on your father's money.
I never imagined my dad would do anything like this. I mean, who would ever? Take down the house, sell everything? All because he wanted to get back at his own son and wife?
He was determined. He said he only had bad memories in that house. But I know deep down, he was sad to destroy something he originally built for his family.
I understand he was mad at us, but he has gone too far.
Well, he must be holding a serious grudge. Honestly, I thought he was going a bit overboard too at first, but now, I think you two got what you deserved. I've only lived with you and Donna for 5 years, but John has been tolerating you two for decades. It's quite scary to piss off someone you assume to be gentle, isn't it? It's quite funny how you got bit in the ass, though. I wonder who really was the burden after all. Our lawyers handled the meetings towards divorce after that. I was able to prove Adrian mistreating me with the help from John, so I was able to win a significant amount of divisions. Adrian was left with very little money to take care of himself and his mother. He didn't fight for it in the end, under the condition that I refrained from suing him for emotional distress, which I had originally planned. I agreed because I figured I felt that I had gotten enough revenge. By the way, Donna and John's divorce was basically the same case. with Donna winning very little money from him due to her mistreatment of John. Both John and I were very happy about the outcome. I guess John's payback was not enough to really change the two though, because even after the whole thing, Adrian and Donna couldn't stop living the way they used to. Donna, having no sense of what it means to live low-key, kept spending the same way as before, dining out at expensive restaurants and buying herself unnecessary clothes. Adrian wasn't any better, spending money at the casino in hopes of winning, which of course never happened. They were in debt before they even realized, and Adrian had to borrow money from friends and family to pay it off. He had trouble paying any of his friends back, which left him friendless. Soon after, I returned to my hometown. I began dating an old schoolmate. He helped me gain confidence in myself again, and we got married shortly after. I was very thankful for John for helping me get back on my feet so that I could start a new life. I made sure I visited John at least once a year after my divorce from Adrian. But he quietly passed away 5 years later, as if he knew that he'd only need to pay the facility for 5 years' worth. He never told me he was fighting cancer for the last 2 years of his life. I bet he fought to live exactly 5 years, so that Adrian couldn't try to get the leftover money back from this facility in case he died earlier. I guess his grudge was just that deep. I still feel bad that he had to go through what I consider as abuse from his own family, but also glad that I was there for him in his final years. He seemed quite satisfied and entertained that he got his payback time. Too bad Adrian and Donna had to learn that it's a better idea not to wake a sleeping giant.
Janice, I just picked up Millie like you asked me to. She's in my room finishing her homework right now.
Thanks, Nancy. If only I didn't have my part-time job, I would have went to pick her up myself. Sorry, I'm depending on you too much.
No, sis, I understand. I'm off today, and I have plenty of free time. So, don't worry too much about it.
Thanks so much. I'll go pick her up after I finish my work. I think it's going to take me a few hours, so can you look after her?
No problem. Millie is a really good girl. You can always depend on me.
I can't thank you enough, Nancy. You've been so nice to me, but look at me. I haven't been able to do anything in return.
Don't worry. I know you're busy. I bet Millie also understands about your work.
It's already been a year since I remarried your brother, but Millie and I are not really close yet, to be honest.
Really?
Sadly, yes. I suddenly became a mother of an elementary school child, and I don't know how to treat her as my daughter.
You look like a great mother to me. I think you're worrying too much.
Thanks. That makes me feel confident. But you know, we're not blood related. To be honest, I started my part-time job to escape reality. I'm being selfish, depending on you to look after her.
I completely understand. I know it feels awkward without a blood relation. Don't worry about me, okay? I like to spend time with Millie.
You're a great aunt, Nancy. I really admire your personality. You're straightforward and honest. I want to be just like you.
It's just who I am. I tend to act before I think. There's nothing about me to admire, Janice.
No. I want to act before I think like you. I know I should take more action for the better, and to stop escaping reality, ignoring the problems I face. I guess it's my personality. I can't help but think too much. I don't know what's the best action to take.
I don't know how much of a help I can be because I've never been in your position. But I think the fact that you think too much shows how much you care for Millie.
Me? Really?
Even though you're not blood related, you care for Millie, like her real mother. It might take some time to bond with Millie, but I think you'll be a great mother. I bet Millie also feels the same.
I hope so. I'm sorry. I feel like I talk too much.
No, it's fine. I'm always here for you, Janice. So don't think too much, okay? I think it's hard sometimes to talk about these matters with my brother. You can always rely on me.
Thanks, Nancy. Oh, I'm glad to have a sister like you. I'll go back to work now. Oh, by the way, can you look after Millie this weekend as well? I think I'm asking too much, but hopefully you understand.
It's okay. I'm planning to spend this weekend at my parents' house. So I won't be the only one taking care of Millie. Work hard. I'm rooting for you.
Thanks. please take good care of Millie. Hello, Nancy. How's Millie? Is she being a good girl?
Yep, there's nothing to worry about. She's been a good girl as always. Are you on break right now?
Yeah, I'm taking a break. I've not been able to look after Millie recently, so it makes me worry that she might be making a fuss about it.
Don't worry. Millie really looks mature for her age. She's a very responsible girl.
I guess it's because both my husband and I are busy with work. We don't have enough time to take care of her. I guess she matured early.
Yeah, you're really busy with work. And my brother's also a workaholic. Thanks for supporting my brother, Janice.
I know he's working hard to support our living. I'm the one who's thankful for your brother, Nancy.
But my brother's not that young anymore. I personally think he should take some time off. He should spend more time with his beautiful young wife.
Oh, Nancy, you're praising me too much. And you're younger than me. How old are you? He's pretty older than you, isn't he?
Yeah, he can be my father, considering our age gap. My parents were really surprised when they got pregnant with me. They couldn't believe it.
It's really a miracle. Oh, I hope I get to give birth to his baby too. I'm not rushing or anything, but in the future, I wish I'd get pregnant.
Millie's gonna be a big sister then! You're about the same age as me, so I think you're perfectly capable to give birth.
Well, it's a bit awkward because Millie won't exactly be blood related with her sibling. When I give birth, I hope you take good care of our baby like you did of Millie.
Hopefully my brother is less busy when you give birth.
I doubt that. It might be better for him to stay busy because I would also have to take care of him too if he's at home. It'll be pretty tiring.
That's true.
Oh, Nancy, I'm sorry. Someone just called me. Do you mind if I take the call?
No problem, go on.
Nancy, what am I going to do? I got a call from the hospital. My husband, he got into an accident.
Huh? My brother, you mean?
Someone nearby called the ambulance, and now he's at the hospital. They just told me to come to the hospital as soon as possible. Should I go? But I still have work to complete. My break will be over in a few minutes. And you've been looking after Millie for me. I have to go pick her up.
They'll understand if you tell them what's going on. It's an emergency. I'll look after Millie, so don't worry. Go and check your husband quick. It's an emergency. Don't worry about us.
Okay. I'm sorry. I think I panicked because it was all so sudden.
I get it. You should get to the hospital as soon as possible. Don't worry too much about your work for now. You should check on my brother and hope for the best.
That's true. Thanks, Nancy. I'll be on my way now. Please take good care of Millie while I'm away.
Hi, Janice. How are you doing? Have you been sick? Are you alright?
I'm fine. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to pick Millie up. I had to organize my husband's stuff at home, and I've been pretty busy recently.
No, it's okay. I never expected my brother to pass away so suddenly. I'm also really shocked with what happened. I bet it requires time to process your feelings.
Yes, I never expected it. There's so many emotions to process.
Janice, don't worry about Millie. We'll take care of her for you. My parents are willing to help too. We'll be sure to take good care of her. I know you're sad, but don't get too depressed, okay?
Thanks for your consideration. I hope you take good care of her. I bet she's also trying to process the fact that she lost her father and mother at the same time. She'll feel better as the time passes.
Huh? What do you mean? You're her mother. You're still alive. She hasn't lost her mother.
I thought you said you would look after Millie. So I'm gonna ask you to look after her for the rest of your life. I'm gonna get remarried soon. I'll give her to you.
Wait a minute. What are you saying? You're getting remarried? And what did you just say about Millie? You don't make any sense.
Why? Millie's not my real daughter. We're not blood related. So why would I have to look after her now that her father's passed away and there's no connection between us? I don't need a daughter who's not even blood related when I get remarried.
Janice, you really don't make sense. Your husband just passed away a few weeks ago. We just had his funeral the other day. Are you already getting remarried?
Nancy, did you really think I loved your brother? He's way older than me. He's about the same age as my dad. How can I love someone so old?
But you've been a great mother. And you were also a great wife supporting my brother all the time. Have you been acting?
Oh, not really. I was always considerate of him. I'm not gonna inherit more than $500 million. Did you know that, Nancy?
Inherit? So what? That's no big deal.
It's a big deal. I married him so that I can inherit all of his money. I've been acting to be his ideal wife, waiting for this day.
You got to be kidding. It's true that my brother is older than you, but he's still in his 40s. If he didn't get into an accident, he wouldn't have passed away so young.
Exactly. I also thought our marriage would last longer. So remarrying was never part of my plan. I thought I would have broken up with my boyfriend by the time my husband died.
Janice? Does that mean you've been cheating on him? I thought you were busy with work. Did you even have time to have an affair with someone else?
Do you really think I would work when my husband is so rich? That was all a lie. I had to ask you to look after Millie while I spent time with my boyfriend. My part-time job was a lie to make you look after her.
I can't believe it. So you've been seeing your boyfriend. Well, I took care of Millie.
Yep. You've been a great sister-in-law, Nancy. It was really easy to maintain my relationship. Thanks for your help.
Janice! How can you do this to us? That's totally unforgivable! How can you betray your husband and your daughter like this?
I think I've been a great wife and mother. My husband never realized I was cheating on him until he died. That proves how much of a good wife I have been to him.
How about Millie? How would she feel if you left her? Her father just passed!
I don't care. She's not my problem. I'm not a real mother. To be honest, I've never taken care of her at home. She won't even realize I left her.
You never planned to become her mother. I doubt you've ever thought Millie as your daughter.
It was easy to hide my affair because your brother was always busy with work. And I was really lucky that he passed away so early. Thanks to his death, I can even remarry my boyfriend. I guess he existed just to marry me and leave me all of his money.
You're a terrible person. I feel so stupid believing you all this time.
Well, it's your fault you believed in me. Don't blame everything on me. You're annoying. It's too late to get angry anyways.
What do you mean?
I already sold the house. And I got rid of all his stuff that would make me money. I'm getting ready to remarry my boyfriend.
How come you've done all of this already?
Now I'm preparing to inherit his money. The partner is granted with the most inheritance rights. I guess I'll inherit all of his money as his wife, So there's nothing I should be worried about, though.
You're no longer the Janice we knew.
The perfect wife and mother never existed, Nancy. Well, after the inheritance process is over, we'll be back to being strangers. So just forget about me. Goodbye, my ex-sister-in-law. Hey, where's my money? Why did Millie inherit all of his money? That's ridiculous.
Janice, you really know nothing, do you? Well, if you knew better, you wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. I knew you had no idea about the inheritance process.
Huh? What do you mean?
First of all, you don't have any inheritance rights. Millie, my brother's daughter, has the right, unlike you. My parents and I also have the right as well.
Nancy! That doesn't make sense at all! I was his wife. Why don't I have the right? I should be the first in line as his wife.
Yes, the partner is always first in line. But if only you were the real partner.
What the hell are you saying? I'm his real partner, so it doesn't make any sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, everything makes sense. You're not my real sister-in-law, are you? You're not Millie's mother. Nor my brother's real wife. You're a stranger to our family.
What do you mean? I was your sister-in-law. Are you making fun of me? Stop being so weird. You don't make sense at all.
Janice, you weren't officially married with my brother, were you? Where are the official documents?
So what? I'm his wife even if he didn't fill out any official documents. What's the problem?
You don't have the right if you're not officially married. Your marriage is not fully supported by law without the official documents. Your case is different from other couples who are officially married.
Don't be ridiculous. I was his dependent. Our relationship was clearly written on our certificate of residence, too. How come I don't have the inheritance right?
Well, I'm not the one who made the law, so don't ask me. If you don't like the system, how about you become a politician?
I'm not talking about the system. I'm saying that we were a couple even without the official documents.
It doesn't matter how you think about it.
That's right, but I never thought I wouldn't be able to inherit his money.
My brother had already experienced a divorce with Millie's real mom, so he never pressured you to fill the documents. But he hoped to get officially married in the future. I guess it was a good decision that he didn't force you to fill in the official documents.
I should have filled them out now that I think about it. I should have just accepted his request about officially getting married.
Let me guess. You didn't want your last name to change. You're afraid that your boyfriend might find out if you officially got married. You haven't told him about being in a relationship with my brother. Am I right? You really planned this out, huh? How smart of you.
Huh? Why do you know all of this?
I did some research about your boyfriend. He sounded really surprised when I told him that you were cheating on him.
What did he say? Is he gonna break up with me?
Not only that he's gonna break up with you, he agreed to pay compensation money. He said he was sorry, although he wasn't aware that he was being cheated on. He said he wanted to do something for Millie. We could always sue you, Janice.
Stop being ridiculous. Did he just dump me for his self-satisfaction? I even sold my house to remarry him.
You're the one who's being ridiculous. Do you know how selfish you've been? Do you understand how much trouble you caused the people around you? My brother, Millie, your boyfriend, they're all victims. You're not in the position to complain.
Okay, our conversation is not taking us anywhere. I am gonna take custody of Millie. I'm her mother. You can't stop me.
Did you understand what I told you earlier? You're not married to my brother. So you can't take custody of his daughter. You're a stranger.
What am I supposed to do now? I have no money, no house, no one to remarry. Oh, I can't make a living.
Well, good luck. I don't think I can help a stranger. Do something about it on your own.
I was your sister-in-law. I've been kind to you all this time. Can't you do something in return?
I always thought you were my sister-in-law. We weren't blood related, but you were definitely a good sister to me.
Then, can't you help me out? We used to be sisters. Remember?
But you ruined our relationships, Janice. We're back to being strangers now.
Don't say that! Please help me! Please!
I don't think I can. I'm busy taking care of my brother's daughter. Goodbye, my ex-sister-in-law. After a conversation, Janice went back to her parents' house, losing everything. Her boyfriend paid us compensation money as promised, and we asked her to pay as well for betraying my brother. Unfortunately, she was broke and had nothing she can give us, so her parents paid us on her behalf. Her parents were furious about what she did, and they're gonna make her pay them back when she's ready to. Millie inherited a huge amount of money from her father, but her lifestyle remained the same as before. She never thought Janice as her mother, and rarely interacted with her at home, so the disappearance of Janice from her life didn't have much effect on her. But the death of her father is a different story. She's been having a hard time trying to overcome the shock and sadness. She now lives with us at my parents' house, but it's going to take her some time to get back to her usual energetic self. Millie does have a lot of money, but money can never bring back her father. I hope she meets someone she can love more than her father in the future. But until then, we'll support her as much as we can as her family. Connor, I'll be on a business trip at the beginning of next month.
Huh? A business trip? I thought you worked from home.
Yeah, but I sometimes went out to meet my clients, remember? My new client lives far away, so it's gonna take me some time to get there. I have to interview them for my next project.
Are you gonna be out for a few days?
I hope to come back as soon as possible, but the place I'm heading to is famous for its snowy weather. My flight might get canceled because of the weather. If so, I'll have to stay for the night.
Yeah, the flights are definitely gonna be canceled if there's a snowstorm.
Can you take care of Maya for 2 days this weekend when I'm away on my business trip? It would be great if you can take a day off on Friday.
Okay, I'll take a day off.
If you can't, I'll ask Mom to take care of Maya.
It's fine. I'll take care of her when you're away. I haven't been able to spend time with her recently, and I've always depended on you to take care of her and to do all the housework. I want to do something for you, too.
I'm glad to hear that.
You know, you look pretty scary when I went out on the weekends.
I'm happy to know that you're considerate of your family. If you refused to take care of Maya while I was away, I might have lost my temper, to be honest.
I wanted to avoid you getting angry at me.
Hey, did you agree just because you didn't want me to get angry at you?
No. I always wanted to spend some time with Maya. I've been so busy that I wasn't able to play with her. She's already asleep when I get home. I thought she might forget who her father is if I don't make some time for her.
Yeah, I agree. I know you're busy with work, but you've been depending on me to do everything around the house.
Sorry, I bet you're tired.
Yeah, you're not the only one who works, Connor. I work from home, so I do have more free time than you, who works at the office, but I work the same number of hours as you. I was really busy doing everything by myself. Maya turned 5 this year, and she's capable of doing more things by herself. But we also have to be extra careful so she doesn't hurt herself.
I'll be more cooperative, Camilla.
It's not about cooperation. We're supposed to take care of our child together.
That's right. I'm sorry I'm such a bad father.
It's not funny. I'm in charge of taking Maya to school and to pick her up. I spend all of my weekends looking after her as well. I don't have any time for myself. For the past few months, I had no free time at all.
I'm really sorry. I have an idea. How about you enjoy some free time after you finish your work during your business trip, huh? You can take a few days off.
Really? I'm kinda worried though.
Why? I promise I'll take good care of Maya.
I'm not used to leaving her. I'll probably be too worried to enjoy my trip, so I'll come home as soon as possible. It does depend on the weather though.
Come on, you should relax sometimes. I thought you wanted free time.
Few hours is enough for me.
You could be more selfish, Camilla. But if you say so, I won't force you to. Don't worry about anything, Maya, okay? I'll take good care of her while you're away.
Thanks. Make sure to take a day off for me when I'm away, okay? Connor, my flight got cancelled.
Yeah, I thought so. I heard there's a really bad snowstorm. The news said many flights are getting canceled. Are you gonna use the bus instead?
I heard they're also delayed, and I might not be able to reserve a seat.
I bet everyone wants a seat in this situation. The road must be really crowded as well.
I think so. I'm really unlucky.
How about you stay for the night? The company is gonna pay for you anyways.
But, are you okay? How's Maya?
Maya's a really good girl. We just finished eating dinner, so the only thing left to do is sleep.
Did she take a bath?
She said she wants to take a bath with you tomorrow after you come home. Maya will go to bed soon.
Okay, I'll take a bath with her when I get home.
See, Maya and I are doing perfectly fine. You should stay at a hotel tonight and relax. The weather forecast said it was going to be sunny tomorrow. It's dangerous to come home during a snowstorm.
Do you think so?
Yep. You've been working really hard for the past few months. Take some rest, Camilla.
If you say so, I'll stay at a hotel tonight. But I'm not sure if I can get a room for tonight. All hotels must be really crowded in this bad weather. Okay. Take good care of her, Connor. You can read her favorite book before she goes to sleep. It should be next to her pillow.
Okay. Be careful on your way home. When do you think you'll arrive tomorrow?
My coworker said her flight will leave at 10 in the morning tomorrow. If I can get a ticket for the same flight, I'll be home by lunch.
Okay. Myra and I will be waiting for you at home.
Camilla, what do you think you're doing?
Mom? What's wrong? You've been calling me so many times. I'm shopping right now. Can I call you back later?
How can you leave your 5-year-old daughter on her own? Where are you? Why are you not with her? It's already late in the night.
Huh? My husband should be with her.
Wait, what are you talking about? Huh? Maya was alone though. She was wandering around my neighborhood on her own.
Huh? Wait a minute. Maya was near your house? How? You live several blocks away.
I want to ask you the same exact question. She told me she came to visit us because both her parents were away, but she got lost on her way to our house. Mrs. Johnson living nearby found Maya alone in the neighborhood, so she called me to tell me about it.
Why?
And where are you now?
I'm on my business trip right now. I was supposed to get home tonight, but my flight got canceled because of a snowstorm. I wasn't able to get a seat on the bus as well, so I decided to stay at a hotel for tonight.
Was Connor looking after Maya when you were away?
Yeah. He told me he took a day off to take care of her. He was at home this morning when I left the house. And he also texted me a few hours ago that he just finished eating dinner with Maya.
That's weird. Maya told me she was alone since early afternoon.
Huh?
She was bored because no one was around and didn't want to eat plain bread for dinner, so she came to visit us. She's eating dinner your father prepared for her right now.
Wait, does that mean Connor was never looking after her? Did he leave a 5-year-old kid all alone in the house?
I guess. You haven't heard anything from him?
Nope, nothing. If he told me about this, I would be furious. It makes me cry just imagining Maya walking to your house all alone. Why is this happening? I can't believe it.
I know you're worried, but calm down, okay?
Maya is safe now. I know you can't forgive Connor for what he did, but you have to keep your calm.
I'm going home. The last bus still hasn't left. I don't know if I can get the tickets, but I'm going to the bus stop. Okay.
We'll take care of Maya until you get home, so don't panic and stay calm. Be careful on your way home.
Okay. Mom, can you ask Maya if she knows anything about Connor? If she knows anything, can you let me know?
Okay, I'll do that. See you later.
Camilla, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Maya's gone. I can't find her anywhere.
Huh?
When I woke up, she was already gone. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize her going out. What should I do? Her shoes are gone, and I tried finding her around the house, but she's nowhere to be found. What am I supposed to do? Should I call the police?
If you want to, go on. But I think you'll be the one who's gonna be taken away by the police.
What are you talking about? Why are you so calm? Your daughter disappeared!
It's your fault for not paying attention to her.
I was sleeping. How could I pay attention to her when I'm asleep? I was tired from looking after her all day long.
You weren't sleeping in our house.
Huh?
You were out of the house since the afternoon. I'm guessing that you just came home.
That doesn't make sense.
I saw you, Connor. You were at Arya's, your coworker's house, right?
You saw me? Why are you lying to me? You haven't come back home yet.
My mom called me yesterday night that she found Maya wandering around her neighborhood.
What?
She was bored, staying in the house alone, so she came to visit her grandparents. She told me she had been alone since the afternoon. What do you think you're doing?
No. I was always at home yesterday. I got sleepy early in the night yesterday and I had a really good night's sleep till this morning.
Then why did Maya tell my mom that she was all alone?
She's still 5, Camilla. She still makes mistakes when she talks.
Maya, who's still 5, was found all alone not in our neighborhood, but in my mom's neighborhood, which is several blocks away. Do you understand how dangerous that is? And it was also snowing yesterday. She might have gotten in an accident.
I'm sorry I didn't realize she left, but I was really at home yesterday, believe me.
After Mom called me, I used the bus to get back home. It was pretty late when I got back, maybe around 1 o'clock in the night, and you weren't at home.
Oh, I went to the convenience store around midnight.
You should have realized then that Maya wasn't in the house if you were really at home. Stop lying to me, Connor. I tried locating you using the GPS in your phone.
Huh? GPS? You installed a GPS in my phone without telling me?
We shared each other's location that we'll be able to find our phone when we lost it. Do you remember that?
Oh, right.
And I found your car parked in front of your coworker's apartment. My dad and I waited for you to come out of her room in the morning, and we caught you leaving her room this morning. We have photos as proof.
I'm really sorry.
Stop making excuses, all right?
Yes, I promise I won't. I'm sorry.
Then leave the house by the end of this month and sign the divorce papers for me.
Huh? Are we getting divorced?
Of course.
Wait a minute. Arya and I are just really good friends. We never had romantic feelings for each other.
But Arya said she had an affair with you. After you left her room, we went to visit her, so I know everything. And she also agreed to pay for compensation. She apologized to me crying. She knew you were married.
You have to be joking.
No, I'm not. Our divorce is not official yet. But I have all the audio recorded as proof.
Camilla, I'm really sorry. I admit that we had an affair, but I was never serious about her.
So what? You think you would be forgiven if you weren't serious?
No, but you and Maya are the most important things in my life.
If we were really important to you, I don't think you would leave your daughter alone to visit your lover. You have to be kidding. I can't believe you did this, Connor. You chose your lover over your daughter. I never knew Maya was less important to you than your lover, who you weren't seriously in love with.
No, you're misunderstanding. I was planning to get home early, but I was tired and fell asleep.
I don't care. You left your daughter alone, at home, to visit your lover. That fact speaks for itself. I'm gonna divorce you.
I'm really sorry, Camilla. I know I did something that you could never forgive me for. I should have taken this more seriously.
Yes, you should have been more serious about your daughter, your wife, and your affair. I bet you were meeting your lover when you came home late and left the house on the weekend saying you had work to do. You wanted me to stay at a hotel during my business trip so you'll have time to go meet your lover. You always planned to leave Maya alone. You planned to spend time with a lover while I was away.
No, Camilla. You're misunderstanding.
Arya showed me the text you sent her.
I will never meet her again. I will never betray you again. So please, don't divorce me.
I can't believe you. So, I'm getting a divorce. I was shocked to hear you've been cheating on me. But what shocked me the most was how you left Maya alone. That is something I would never do as her parent.
I promise to be a better father. I'll make sure to spend more time with Maya. I'll spend more time with my family.
I don't need a father who leaves his 5-year-old daughter all alone. I don't need a husband who doesn't take care of his child nor does any housework, spending all of his free time with his lover. I will do everything around the house as usual. I realized we were better off without you. After I found out about his affair, we talked about our divorce and custody of our daughter with both of our parents. Connor claimed that he doesn't want a divorce until the very end. Considering that he had an affair and that he left Maya all alone, no one was on his side. Both of our parents blamed Connor for his actions, and he finally signed the divorce papers 2 months later. He was also secretly accusing Arya for revealing everything to me. She eventually got enough of that and told everyone at the company about their affair. After Arya paid us for compensation, she left the company. On the other hand, Connor hasn't been able to quit his job, considering all the payment he has to make for us, including compensation money and child support. His boss was really disappointed in him, and all of his coworkers look down on him now. Connor kept on calling me to tell me that he's really sorry about the affair and that he regrets everything he did. But I can never forgive him for leaving Maya all alone while I was away. I'm not able to delete his contacts because he still has plenty to pay. But I won't be replying to him unless necessary. I honestly think he deserves it. He should take responsibility for his own actions. Maya seemed calm and happy while she was at my parents' house. But as soon as she saw me come pick her up, tears were rolling down her cheeks. She seemed really sad about being left alone for so many hours. I don't think I can ever forgive Connor for making her feel this way. But there's more things to do than hating my ex-husband. I hope Maya isn't traumatized from this experience. I will stay by her side as much as I can to tell her that she can trust me at all times. I'll fill her up with happy memories so that she can forget about her terrifying experience one day. I will never leave Maya alone again. Might be hard sometimes taking care of her on my own, but with the help of my parents and Connor's parents, I will do anything for the best of my beloved daughter. Hey, Sophia! How's my big sis doing? It's been ages!
Wow, is that Emma? No kidding. I feel like I've seen a ghost. It's not like you messaged me. Is everything okay?
I just saw your husband, Dan.
Really? Where?
We bumped into each other at the station while I was out shopping.
The train station? Well, that's strange. He said he was going out in the car today. He was at the train station?
Yep, he gave me a lift home. Isn't he just a darling? Will you tell him I said thanks?
Really? Okay. Got it. He's still out right now, but I'll let him know when he gets home.
We need to talk, sis. You didn't tell me your husband was loaded. My jaw almost hit the floor when I saw his luxury sports car. How much must that thing have cost him? I felt like an A-lister. I had no idea your husband was such a high roller.
I'd hardly call him a high roller.
Oh, come on, Sophia. You're just being modest. Even I know how expensive that car is, and I don't know jack about cars. I looked it up online, and apparently it's even popular with world leaders and celebrities. Not only that, but all his clothes and accessories were branded. He looked more like he was on his way to a modeling shoot than out running errands. He even wore a Peep Texts watch. I had to stop myself drooling all over his upholstery.
He must be peacocking today. You just happened to run into him dressed like that is all. He doesn't always wear that stuff.
Even still, most people wouldn't be able to afford a single one of those things. And yet there he was, kitted out in a tailored suit and pranced from head to toe. I had no idea he was so rich.
He's really not.
You can drop the act now. I know he's a top exec at a major global company.
Huh? He told you that?
Why didn't you tell me? I knew he worked for a major company. But you never told me he was a top exec or this freaking loaded.
It didn't really seem appropriate to go discussing my husband's salary with you. You might be my sister, but that's private information. Besides, it would have probably sounded like I was bragging.
You're right, 'cause he's loaded. But I feel like I see you in a different light now. You backed yourself a keeper there, sis. How the hell did you do it?
It's not like I'm with him for his money or anything. Besides, he's the one who came onto me. I didn't really do anything. Saying I bagged him is putting it a bit strongly.
Wow, really? I wonder what he sees in you.
Who knows? He said it was love at first sight, so I guess he thinks I'm pretty?
No way. You have got to be kidding me. You? Pretty? Now I've heard it all. I was always a better looking sister.
Oh, look. It's barely been a few minutes and you already reminded me of why we never speak. I see you're just as shallow, materialistic, and unpleasant as you ever were, Emma.
Okay, fine. I deserve that. Let me rephrase. It's not that you're not pretty, but you are unfriendly. You give off those scary don't approach me vibes. Guys probably find you hard to engage with because you seem so cold and hostile.
Thanks for your opinion, Emma, but I never asked for it. Besides, there are all sorts of guys out there. And I can assure you, there are plenty out there who don't find me hard to approach at all. There were tons of guys who prefer girls like me. You seem to think you're God's gift to men. But I promise you, your whole ditzy airhead thing doesn't float everyone's boat. There are just as many guys who'd sooner have nothing to do with you.
You sure? I know, sis. I think a guy would have to be blind not to want me. Men are simple creatures, and I know just how to push their buttons.
You really are mind-blowingly confident, huh? Where do these ungodly levels of inexplicable self-assuredness even come from?
That's easy. I know I'm hot stuff, because I'm a hit with the guys, and I always have been. If you spent your entire life getting hit on by guys and being told you're gorgeous, cute, pretty, and amazing every 5 minutes, you'd be confident too.
Whatever.
Anyway, forget all that. The reason I messaged you today is because I want you to introduce me to some of your husband's pals. Ideally, they should be as rich as him, or richer. He must rub shoulders with the upper crust if he can afford to drive a car like that.
I'm not sure if there's anyone I can introduce you to. Dan doesn't have that many friends. He's a private guy and keeps to himself.
Like a lone wolf? God, that's such a turn on.
I wouldn't call him a lone wolf. He's just shy and introverted. The few friends he does have are already married, or already have girlfriends. I honestly can't think of a single person I could introduce you to.
Surely he must have at least one friend who'd be open to an affair. Or someone whose relationship's on the rocks and seems ready to break up at any minute? Ah, that'd be perfect! I could sweep in and make my move when they're vulnerable. Hey sis, mind if I come over to your house sometime soon? I want to ask Dan directly if he'll introduce me to some of his friends. There's a chance you don't know them at all, right? My Mr. Right could be out there waiting for me as we speak.
Sure, you're welcome to come over. I'll be in touch when my schedule's open.
Thanks, sis!
I gotta say, I'm really surprised. I never thought you'd be this interested in my husband. You didn't seem to care at all when we got married.
Why would I? Who you got married to had nothing to do with me. Especially since I was convinced you'd pick some run-of-the-mill cubicle slave.
Ugh, why must you be this way, Emma? You really haven't changed at all.
But I changed my mind! I'm gonna make more of an effort to get along with your hubby from now on. I'm counting on you for the introduction. Rack your brains, cause I want the highest spec guy you can find. Sophia? Hello? You said you were gonna invite me over to speak to Dan? Well, I'm ready, now. What's taking so long? Hurry up and tell me when he'll be home.
Hold your horses, Emma. I can tell you're eager to see him, but I'm very busy. I can hardly just free up my schedule at the drop of a hat.
Can you do tomorrow? I've nothing but free time these days.
No, sorry. I won't be home, so tomorrow's no good.
Why won't you be home?
I'm going away on business.
Oh, you are? Does that mean you won't be coming back at all tomorrow?
Yep, I'm flying out to New York. I'll be gone for 3 nights and 4 days.
You get to go on business trips to New York? Jesus, where was my invite? I'm jealous. The weather is really nice up there at this time of year. I've always wanted to see the Empire State Building.
This is business, not pleasure. I'll have too much on my plate to go sightseeing. The schedule's about as tight as they come.
But you're still gonna fly out and stay in a hotel, right? Why do you get to enjoy that holiday feeling and I'm stuck here with nothing to do? It's not fair.
It might sound like fun on paper, but believe me, no one enjoys 12 hours of consecutive negotiations with a bunch of uptight, crusty old businessmen. Last time I did one of these, I was so fried I passed out on the hotel bed as soon as I got back.
Wait a sec. Does this mean Dan's gonna be on his own at your house while you're away? What will he do for food?
I'm not sure. But since he's hopelessly incapable of cooking for himself, he'll probably end up getting takeout.
Takeout every day for 4 days? Oh, that's sad. I feel bad for him.
He eats more takeout in a week than most people do in a year. He's used to it. You really don't need to worry. I enjoy takeout myself. I'd say we eat it more than most. It's cheap, tasty, and you get to save time on cooking and cleaning.
Don't you cook your own meals?
I'm so busy with work, it's hard. I have almost no time to dedicate to the house. I don't enjoy cooking that much either. Kind of feels like a chore. That's why we hire a maid to take care of that kind of thing.
You mean you don't do any housework at all?
I do sometimes. But in general, I can't get away from work for long enough to do anything. That's why we hired the maid.
Wow. I feel bad for Dan. Doesn't really seem like you love him. It's a wife's job to show her man she appreciates him by cooking and cleaning and taking care of the house. And yet, there you are jetting off to New York like some big-wig businessman.
I can assure you Dan's just fine with how things are. He understands my situation and is very accepting of it.
Don't you feel like you're letting him down as a wife? He might not say it because he's nice, but I bet deep down he wants you to act like a woman by cooking and cleaning for him.
I'm sure he doesn't. I told him countless times that if he ever gets bored of takeout, then he's welcome to learn how to cook. He just doesn't seem that interested. He's more couch potato than get up and go. Anyway, what even is this, Emma? We haven't spoken in years, and you don't even know him. Yet here you are, coming at me with all this crap all of a sudden. Give me a break, would ya? He seems happy enough with how things are, and even if he wasn't, it's none of your business. We didn't ask for advice, and we don't want it.
What's wrong, Sophia? Did I touch a nerve? Look, you're obviously only getting defensive because you know I'm right. Imagine your own wife telling you to cook for yourself. Maybe he's putting on a brave face to avoid the rocking boat. But I bet deep down he's going through a world of hurt.
You really think so? Forget I asked you that. I'm not dignifying this crap. I don't have time to do stuff around the house, and it's as simple as that. I couldn't change it even if I wanted to.
Sophia, listen. I'm only telling you this because you're my sister and I love you. But you're not fulfilling your duties as a woman. Your marriage may as well have 2 men in it. I get that being a strong, independent woman is trendy in this day and age, but we haven't changed since caveman times. Most guys are simple. All they want is a feminine woman who cooks, cleans, and takes care of them.
We're not doing this anymore, Emma. You manage your affairs, I'll manage mine. My husband doesn't want me to be his personal maidservant. We're fine as we are.
Why do you even work so much in the first place? I bet you can afford to be a stay-at-home housewife, but for some reason you seem dead set on jetting it up around the world playing hotshot businesswoman.
I don't want to be a stay-at-home housewife. I like my job.
Ugh, your husband must be earning at least 6 figures. You know you could afford to quit to take care of him in the house. How much money can you even be earning as a woman anyway? There's a reason there's a pay gap, sis. Men are just better suited to work. What's the point in you having a job? You could probably quit today and still live comfortably for the rest of your life because of how rich Dan is.
Wow. You stupefy me. My work gives me purpose in life. It makes me happy, fulfilled, and like I'm contributing to the world. Is that okay with you? Why should I have to throw all that away to be Dan's babysitter?
Gross. Women shouldn't find their purpose in life through work. Everyone knows the only way for a woman to find true happiness is to marry a rich guy, become a stay-at-home housewife, and give him lots of babies.
I'm sorry to see you haven't evolved at all since the Stone Age, Emma. I think we'll have to agree to disagree on this one. I enjoy being independent.
You know, it's sad how deluded you are. You probably think your company needs you. But something tells me they wouldn't even notice if you randomly stopped showing up one day. Everyone knows female employees are useless. The only reason there are so many of you these days is because all of these dumb feminist quotas. If you had to get by on merit like the guys do, you probably wouldn't have a job.
I really couldn't disagree more. But the real question here is, do I really want to get dragged into this kind of discussion? A great man once said, the amount of energy needed to refute bullshit is an order of magnitude bigger than that needed to produce it. And I'm inclined to agree.
It's cool, sis. You can bury your head in the sand if you like. But I'ma carry on educating you all the same, because I'm nice like that. Think about it. Any employer who takes on a woman, now there's a good chance she'll go on maternity leave at some point. That's why you're less valuable from the get-go.
I won't deny it. There probably are some companies who think like that. But the world is moving forward and things are changing. My company couldn't be more different.
So, let me get this straight. You think you're so special that the laws of nature and common sense don't apply to you? Ugh, this hurts to read. I feel so bad for your husband for being married to someone so selfish.
How am I selfish? Why should I have to quit a job that I love to be my husband's slave? That sounds way more selfish to me.
If you ask me, a woman's place is in the home, and her role is to support her man. That's what I'm gonna do when I find myself a decent husband.
That's great, Emma. Good for you. I hope you find happiness with a guy who sees the world in the same way you do. Then you can fulfill your dream of being a barefoot baby factory. Maybe if you're lucky, your husband will even buy you a nice big kitchen to live in. Me and you are not the same.
Are you making fun of me? You're right, we're not the same. You think you're so amazing because you get to jet around the world on fancy business trips and pretend you're a dude. You think you're better than me because I can't work, don't you?
I don't think that at all. Give it a rest already. You're paranoid.
You know what? I don't care. You can look down your nose at me all you like. I'll have the last laugh. I'll grow old surrounded by kids with my rich husband in my mansion. But you'll be alone, miserable, and childless because you spent your best years acting like a feminist superhero. You're gonna be a cat lady if you don't change your ways soon.
Why so serious? Where is this crap even coming from? The last laugh? This isn't a competition, Emma. Good God, I don't even know what to say to you anymore.
Sophia, how's work?
It's going great. I'll make it back from my business trip on schedule at this rate.
So you're gonna be home tomorrow?
Yep. As long as nothing unexpected happens.
I see. That's a shame. Don't bother coming back.
Huh? Why would you say that?
'Cause you don't have a home to come back to. Me and Dan decided I'm gonna move in with him. You're not welcome in this house anymore.
What the hell are you talking about?
You still don't get it? Let me spell it out. Your husband belongs to me now.
I still don't understand why you'd think that. Are you gonna explain or not?
I came to look after your husband while you're away on business. I did all the cooking and cleaning for him, and he loved it. Plus, I saw to it that his nighttime needs were properly satisfied while I was at it. If you catch my drift, he loved that even more.
You screwed my husband while I was away on business? Who the hell do you think you are? You have no right to be at our house.
What did you expect? I felt so bad for Dan. You made it obvious you didn't want him to be happy. So I came over and spoiled him rotten. He said he prefers me to you.
Wow. So that's how it is, huh? He chose you?
Bingo! Sorry for stealing your man. Don't worry though, sis. This will all be over quickly. He already filed the divorce papers.
How is that possible when I didn't sign anything? The hell, did he forge my signature?
Maybe. But you guys were gonna divorce anyway. May as well speed up the process. They didn't notice when he handed them in, so what's the problem? More importantly, we're already engaged.
What? You and Dan already got engaged?
We didn't want to put up with you whining at us, trying to change your minds. So we figured we should do it sooner rather than later.
I see.
What's wrong, sis? Don't tell me you're surprised. You can hardly complain. This would never have happened if you just did your job as his wife.
I did my best in my own way.
Well, your best wasn't good enough. Seems like guys prefer girls like me, after all. Anyways, I have a life of luxury to plan with my rich fiancé, so I'll let you go cry now. Sorry for stealing such an amazing guy from you, but please remember this wasn't my fault. You only have yourself to blame. I'll be taking your house and your man. Okay, sis?
You're welcome to him. But you should know he's unemployed.
Huh? Unemployed? What do you mean?
I mean, my husband doesn't have a job.
What are you talking about? He told me he's a top exec at a major global company. I get it. This is some kind of desperate ploy to try and get him back, isn't it?
I'm sorry to have to be the one to break this to you, but he lied.
Huh? Lied about what?
Sure, he did used to work for a major global company, but he got fired 2 years ago when he punched his boss in the face for refusing to give him a pay raise. He's been jobless ever since.
Lies, you're lying. Liar, liar, pants on fire. I know you're lying, because he wouldn't be able to afford his sports car or all those fancy clothes if he didn't have a job.
There's a very simple explanation for that. I paid for them.
What? No way. The luxury sports car, the tailored suits, the branded accessories. He rocks a freaking Peep Texts watch, for crying out loud. You're saying you bought him all that stuff?
Some of it is from back when he had a job, so I can't say I bought him everything. But he's not the one who's a top executive at a major global company. I am. He was living it large on my paycheck. That's all.
I can't believe. I don't believe you for 1 second. What is this? Some desperate attempt to get revenge on me for stealing your husband?
It makes no difference whether you believe me or not. But I think you'll find out for yourself how poor he is before long. He won't even be able to afford the rent without me. That shouldn't matter though. He has you to take care of him now. Right? You're just gonna be his babysitter. You're gonna be paying all of his bills and living expenses on top of it. Sure, maybe it is a little more than you bargained for. But I think you'll be fine. You are super committed to being the perfect wife after all.
Why would he lie to me? If he doesn't have a job, he should have just told me.
You really think it's something he goes blabbing to people about? His pride wouldn't be able to handle it. He told me never to tell anyone, no matter what. He might be at rock bottom with barely a cent to his name. But it was of utmost importance to him that people still thought he had lots of money.
Does that mean he tricked me?
It's only natural he wanted to show off even more in the presence of a pretty girl. I'm sure the lie got inflated to epic proportions for your sake. How many extra sports cars did he tell you were out for repair at the garage? To tell you the truth, I was getting sick and tired of keeping up the facade. But I knew that if I suggested we start telling people the truth, he might lose it again. So I didn't bother.
Lose it?
Last time I told him I felt uncomfortable about lying to literally everyone we know, he completely flew off the handle. It's like he was possessed by a demon. I've never seen him so angry. He trashed pretty much the entire house while screaming, "I am not poor." The aftermath was unbelievable. It was like a hurricane had hit us. Ever since then, I kept quiet and went along with the lie because I didn't want any more trouble.
What the hell? He flips out like that when you tell him something he doesn't want to hear?
Exactly. That's why I found it so hard to raise the issue of divorce. I've wanted out for a long time now, but I was terrified of what he might do. To tell you the truth, I felt trapped. I can't tell you how grateful I am for you taking such a vile man out of my hands. You even took care of the divorce for me. You're the best, sis.
Sophia, are you there? I just tried to ask Dan about him being unemployed, but the moment I did, he called me a traitor and tried to do a flying kick on me. Luckily, I was able to touch it and hightail it out of their house. But what the hell is wrong with this guy? He's insane!
I hate to say I told you so, but this is your fault for not listening to me. I saw this coming from a mile off.
Where are you? Why didn't you come home yet? I must have tried calling you over 50 times. Surely your business trip is over by now.
You told me not to come back to the house. Did you forget? You told me I'm not welcome there anymore. Did you forget that too?
Fine, I take it all back. I didn't mean that stuff. You can have Dan back. I don't want him anymore. I can't live in this house with him. He's dangerous.
I'll pass, thanks. I don't want him either. Besides, didn't you guys very kindly file for our divorce? That makes us strangers now. He's not my problem anymore.
Fine, I'll divorce him then.
You're free to do as you please. I'd be surprised if he went along with it willingly, though.
Whatever. I'll just forget his signature like we did before. I don't need his permission, and I'm not freaking asking for it if it means him flying across the room at me like a deranged ninja again. This is scary. I want out.
It's amazing how casually you talk about faking signatures. You do know that's illegal, right? It's called forgery, and you can go to jail for it. If you do, I'll have no choice but to call the cops on you.
Why the heck would you call the cops on your own sister? How does me wanting out of this insane situation have anything to do with you?
How can I stay quiet when someone tells me they're about to commit a crime and then does it right before my eyes? If you got caught and the cops saw these chat logs for some reason, I'd be liable too. Besides, don't you think you're being a little insensitive to Dan? You made him think he was about to get his own personal maidservant, and now you're dumping him because you found out he's broke. The poor guy just can't catch a break. It's no wonder he tried to ninja kick you.
I got this all wrong. I'll apologize to him. Anyway, how can you give me crap for breaking up with him when you said you wanted out for ages yourself?
Because you stole my husband. Because you take pleasure in making a fool out of me. Just like you always have. You pissed me off. And now you're gonna pay the price.
I'm sorry. I'll never make a fool of you again, sis, I swear.
I could care less about divorcing Dan. In fact, like I said, you actually did me a favor. But you didn't know that. And the fact that you went out of your way to steal him just to hurt me makes me livid. I want to see you suffer as much as possible. I won't be satisfied until you hit rock bottom. So you better brace yourself for what's coming.
Oh my god. Sophia, please don't be like this. I'm sorry. I can't do this, please. All I can do is cook and clean. How am I supposed to bring enough money to provide for this deadweight, sponging psychopath? I don't have access to the same financial resources as you.
Just go into debt.
You make it sound so simple. How am I supposed to pay it back?
Not my problem. You need to hurry up and get out of that house ASAP. I already canceled the contract. The rent's paid until the end of next month. But I wouldn't want to be you if you're not gone by then. I mean, I wouldn't want to be you anyway. But I think that goes without saying.
What about you? What are you gonna do? Where are you staying right now?
I'm staying in a hotel for now. I hired some removal guys to head over to the house and collect my things. So you can probably expect to see them soon. Everything's easier when you have money.
No fair! Why should you get to live life on easy mode while I suffer?
How is it unfair?
'Cause you're the only one who gains anything from this! You get to wash your hands of this lunatic I'm engaged to, and you have all that money! It's not fair!
Fair? You must be joking. I worked my ass off since I was a teenager to be where I am today. When everyone else was out partying and hanging out with their friends, I was at home reading textbooks. How many sleepless nights? How many late-night study sessions? How many appointments with friends do you think I had to cancel to get into Harvard? And to end up at the company I am at now? I can tell you, it didn't come easy. While you were out with a different guy every week, I was sat on my own in my bedroom, revising study material and doing mock exams. Fairness has nothing to do with it.
Still, I can't go along with what's happening right now. Why won't Dan work? I know he got fired. But surely he can find something else if he was talented enough to get hired by a company like that in the first place.
If I had to guess, I'd say he probably doesn't want to work anymore. Or rather, his pride is getting in his way. The chances of him landing something at a company like this one again are slim. So I think that instead of accepting a pay cut, he'd rather just not try. I lost count of how many times I told him to start looking for work. But it went in one ear and out the other. I gave up eventually. Good luck babysitting him.
No, I can't do this. I just wanted to be a stay-at-home housewife. Why should I have to look after this man-child?
You can still be a housewife with a part-time job.
I said stay at home! I was supposed to marry a rich guy and live in luxury. I can't be married to some jobless loser.
How can you say that? Oh, you're so mean, Emma. Don't you feel bad for him at all? Surely the reason you stole him in the first place was because you thought you and him were a good fit. I think you should work a little harder on trying to make your marriage work, instead of throwing it away at the first sign of trouble. I thought it was a wife's job to support her husband. I gladly turned a blind eye to the forging of our divorce papers and let it go through unhindered. I never went back to the house after that. Finally free from my mentally unstable ex-husband, I immediately moved into a fancy new apartment and started enjoying my new stress-free single life. However, Dan was less accepting of the situation and he tried contacting me countless times. The calls always came from different numbers, which made them hard to block. So eventually I changed my number to be rid of him once and for all. My sister may have tricked him into divorcing me, but no matter how hard she tries, she'll never make as much money as I do. Sure, she can do housework, but Dan doesn't need a maid. He needs someone who can pay the rent and put food on the table. And a shrink, of course. Without me, he doesn't have a hope in hell's chance of maintaining his old life of luxury. Actually, forget extravagance. He'll be lucky if he can even afford a loaf of bread at this rate. It seems like he realized what a moron he'd been when he got evicted from the house. Sadly for him, it was a little too late, and no matter how desperately he begged me to take him back, my resolve didn't waver for a second. I heard that he forced my sister to get a job, while, just as before, stubbornly refused to look for work himself. Rather than letting go of his luxurious lifestyle, he went into debt to maintain the facade that he was an affluent, productive member of society. I know how manipulative he can be, and I have a pretty good idea of how trapped Emma must be feeling right about now. She's probably working as if her life depends on it. That said, they can't go on like this, and it's probably only a matter of time before things fall apart between them. That's not my problem, though. I feel like a weight has been lifted from my shoulders, and things have never been better. I only have one priority right now, and that's enjoying my life on my terms.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.